Ryotwari System. As the disadvantages of permanent settlement became apparent, other systems were tried out in the different parts of the country. The Ryotwari system was introduced in Carnatic and Mysore at the instance of Thomas Munro and Captain Reed. Later on, it was also implemented in Bombay and Madras presidencies. In this system, the cultivators or ryots were given the right to occupy the land they cultivated and were recognized as owners of the land as long as they paid the land revenue. The revenue demand was about half of the produce, depending on the quality of soil and the nature of the crop. Under the Ryotwari system, the revenue was fixed for a period of 30 years. There were no intermediaries, Zamindars, as revenue was directly collected from peasants. Revenue collection was rigid without any remission. The system was advantageous for cultivators as they had the right to their land. But, again, the rigid revenue collection left them at the mercy of the moneylenders. Moreover, the government had the right to increase the land revenue at will, and the peasant had to pay whether he increased his production or had famine in his area. In case he was unable to pay, he was transformed into a bonded labor. Mahalwari System. In Mahalwari System, the land was not owned by an individual, be it the Zamindars or Ryots, but by a Mahal, which was a group of villages. Thus, the settlement was made with the village community themselves as the Mahal, was collectively regarded as the Zamindar, and the revenue was collected by the head of the Mahal. He was also called the Talukdar. Thus, the payment of revenue was collective as well as the individual responsibility of the peasants. The Mahalwari system was at first adopted in Agra and Awadh and later on extended to Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Delhi and other parts of India. Here, again the basic ideals remained unachieved. The village headmen and prominent families retained the rights of the land once again, reducing the common ryots into landless tenants. Thus, the social and economic inequalities increased and peasants' lot deteriorated. Effects on the people. The British economic policies had an annihilating effect on the Indian economy. The status of landlords were reduced merely to rent collectors, who were solely concerned with rent rather than improvement of agriculture. They became mouthpieces of British officials. It also impoverished peasantry as they were pushed into the clutches of the moneylenders, who charged high interest from the peasant when he went to him to borrow money to pay taxes. When the peasant could not pay the interest, the moneylender took over his land. Unfortunately, even the legal system did not help the poor peasant, as it was expensive to hire a lawyer, file a court case, and fight it for years. Over a period of time, more and more land passed into the hands of rich farmers and moneylenders. Many more people became dependent on land, putting it under a lot of pressure. This happened as many artisans and craftsmen lost their jobs in towns as the demands for handicrafts declined. Due to decline in handicraft industry, the peasants lost the opportunity to earn extra income during the off-season. Disintegration of village community. The revenue system as introduced by the British discouraged the joint family system and promoted individualism. People started concentrating on producing for the market instead of fulfilling the needs of village population. The exposure of the village to the foreign products weakened the position of the village craftsmen and artisans. With the advent of British economic policies, they became largely dependent upon the merchants for the sale of their products.